5 Palestinians were killed and 19 others wounded after an IDF raid overnight in Nablus. Clashes breaking out after Israeli forces stormed the city and destroyed what they said was the Lion's Den bomb lab. They raided a hiding place which served as a place to build weapons for key operatives. Initial reports indicated that members of the Lion's Den's group were being targeted by the Israeli forces and ended up killing leader Wadi al-Houh. Palestinian media says that a vehicle was targeted by a missile fired by the IDF in the city, with video from the scene showing a car engulfed in flames. Now, this would mark the first airstrike in the West Bank in nearly 2 decades. Let's bring in I-24 News defense correspondent Jonathan Regev live for us this morning. Jonathan, good morning to you. Another raid overnight. You and I talk about this quite frequently, almost every day. But walk us through this series of events this evening in particular.
Yes, it was about a week ago or so when reports came about Israel saying to the Palestinian Authority, either you take care of the Lion's Den or we do it. You give them the message that either they stop or they die or we do it. The Palestinian Authority, whether it's unable or unwilling to do it, it's unclear, but the message clearly did not get through. And that is why Israel decided to go on basically and hunt each and every one of the members of this Lion's Den. We're speaking of tens of members. Concrete intelligence came overnight about a meeting taking place in a house in the old city of Nablus. Israeli forces came in. As far as we hear, at least 5 members of the Lion's Den were killed in this operation, including one of the main leaders, Wadi al-Houh. It adds to the fact that 48 hours earlier, another senior figure, Tamer Kilani, was also killed. Israel sending a message, we are after you, we will catch you, and eventually, one by one, each member of this Lion's Den will either be arrested or killed.
Well, the IDF says they destroyed a bomb lab, but how sophisticated are we talking here?
They're not very sophisticated, they're not very high level, but they are strong enough to create damage. And we have seen some of the attacks by the Lion's Den being rather successful. They have been able to kill and injure Israelis. They have been able to create disorder there in the area of Nablus. It has to be said that it is a challenge not only for Israel, but also for the Palestinian Authority. Many of the members of this Lion's Den are actually involved in criminal activity, not only terror activity, but the Palestinian Authority clearly not present at all in this area of the northern West Bank. And that is why Israel is taking these actions.
And let's talk about now the lockdown inside of Nablus, Nablus home to around 170,000 Palestinians, but the Israeli military forcing a lockdown there until this crackdown on the Lion's Den. Has there been any response from the Palestinian Authority, and where does that lockdown stand as of this morning?
The lockdown remains simply because Israel wants to make sure that the members of the Lion's Den remain in place and are not able to wander around the area and carry out shooting attacks towards the roads where Israeli drivers are driving by, as happened in recent weeks. The Palestinian Authority, maybe that's a concerning development. Some forces of the Palestinian Authority actually fought right along the Lion's Den members overnight against Israeli forces driving in, meaning that the Palestinian Authority will clearly not help the IDF in its fight against the Lion's Den. Israel, maybe as expected, is on its own here. Assistance from Ramallah, as it seems, not in this case.
And Jonathan, very quickly, a last question to you. We do know that about a month ago, when the Palestinian security forces did try to enter Nablus to in their own form of raid, in their own style of an arrest raid, the citizens did not respond quite fondly of this. So is the PA perhaps trying to send a message to their people that they will fight alongside with them? What do you think?
Maybe so. It could be the case, and we saw that every time a Lion's Den member is killed, we're hearing messages of support from Hamas, from the Islamic Jihad, but also from Fatah. Who's Fatah? Fatah is the faction headed by Mahmoud Abbas, the head of the Palestinian Authority. So as it seems, especially there in the northern West Bank. The Palestinian Authority is nowhere to be seen. And let's remember, the Lions Den is not really affiliated with any organization. It's a coalition of militants from here and from there, some of them being members even of the Palestinian Authority forces, or sympathized by the Palestinian Authority. Again, assistance from Ramallah, not here.